You basically work with the full spectrum of the smallest startups to the biggest enterprise customers that AWS has and the public sector. And it's distilling it as far down as I can. You basically help them to take technology and innovate, make whatever they do better.
Yeah, the mission I'm on is really to put AI into the hands of the business on a day-to-day basis and really make it work for their business in production every day, helping them to deliver better experiences to their customers.
We have a new generation of AWS silicon and server design. We have a new generation of Nova model.
Yeah.
And we have frontier agents.
That's right.
And I think you probably heard me at the top of the show. But I think the big question about AWS reInvent is, what is it in this year's offering that takes AWS beyond being the sort of #1 cloud computing platform for capacity to giving something tangible, useful, that can improve a company's own technology?
Yeah, there's probably two areas that I'd like to talk about specifically. For me personally, one of my products is Amazon Connect. And this started as a contact center application, but today, I see it really as an agentic product that's actually looking at whole customer experience. And so for me, this is where we're putting our infrastructure, our silicon, our models, and now today, bringing that all together in a product that can work for businesses. So we launched 29 new features on Sunday. We announced that. And I would say there's 4 key agentic capabilities that come with that. The first is actually AI voice and allowing customers to interact in a very natural way using Novasonic and having agents actually resolve issues for them on their behalf in the background. The second is actually putting AI to work as a teammate next to customer service representatives, helping them to actually get tasks done, complete the paperwork, the processes, provide recommendations, and help them really have a better view of the customer so that the conversation they have with customers is much, much richer. The third area is actually combining what I call clickstream, which is the paths that customers will take through websites and profiles to be able to present a much more specific recommendation on what a next step might be for a customer. And finally, one of the big issues for companies is sort of confidently putting AI to work in their business. And in this case, we've added observability where you can inspect how an AI is reasoning, how it's thinking, what tools it's using. So companies can really observe AI in the same way they would think about the people in their business working with customers.
I want to go to point number 2. You used the word teammates.
Yes.
But you've, in the past, talked about a hybrid workforce, people and agents. A lot of what's come out since Sunday night seems to reflect that. You want to increase the number of useful agents that also internally, we can talk a little bit about what you're encouraging Amazon teams to do, but the idea is that workforces of all types should get comfortable working alongside agentic AI.
Yeah, I see a future where actually everyone is managing a team of AI agents, and I think our frontier agents with software development, SecOps, and DevOps and security is sort of one of our first moves in that direction, where you actually have a teammate with a developer who's able to address complex problems, able to work over hours and days, be able to solve for whole objectives and to scale with that person. That the role changes. I think we all are managing AI teammates, a team of people that are, of AI people that are out able to, we can delegate to, we can inspect what they're doing, we can iterate with them, provide feedback. And for me, that's where I think we end up going. I think we're clearly moving that way in the customer service direction, and I think the developer experience is also clearly moving that direction.
You're in a leadership position at AWS, but you have been with Amazon broadly, entering your 21st year.
Yeah.
You're part of the S team, the leadership team generally. Internally within Amazon's many arms, is this particularly in the context of the technology you've released here at reInvent 2025, is this at a stage where Amazon teams are dogfooding this, or it's just inherent, the use of technology? You want your own teams to be, I think, AI native.
Yeah, that's true. And I think what I observe within Amazon, certainly we're all very keen to get our hands on our new frontier agents. And that is something we've had in beta internally, and I think teams are very excited to use that in production. We use Connect within our own customer service teams, our seller support teams, our AWS support teams, for example. And so we continue to iterate and learn from that. And I would say broadly across Amazon, we've really tried to sort of embrace the chaos, to put AI in the hands of every person in the company and to see what they can do, how they can transform how they work, what they learn. And so you have a lot of teams sort of grassroots trying to solve for what is the new way of working using AI. And some of those experiments don't lead anywhere, and some lead in a place that's really meaningful, and then you have sort of this social contagion that happens, that people learn from each other.
Okay, AWS, number one in cloud computing in the sense of scale, infrastructure, deployment. Is it number one in AI?
I think we have all the pieces in place, and we're well on our way. We're very, very focused. And what I really like about our strategy is that we're working all the way the full stack. You know, from clean energy, chips, data centers around the world, Bedrock with real great selection, including our own models, and I think Rohit's making really fast progress on that. And I think for Swami and I, really trying to put those, all of those pieces to work, where out of the box, a business can get value.